Pay equity between men and women, also known as the gender pay gap, refers to the average wage difference between men and women for similar or equally valuable jobs. Despite progress over recent decades, women often earn less than men due to various factors, including gender discrimination, occupational segregation, differences in family caregiving roles, and limited access to advancement opportunities. Policies to reduce the pay gap include salary transparency, equally distributed parental leave, access to childcare services, and mentoring and training programs for women. Pay equity is essential not only for social fairness, but also for economic growth, as a fair work environment promotes a more motivated and productive workforce. Sexual orientation is a person's emotional, romantic, or sexual attraction towards others, and can include heterosexuality, homosexuality, bisexuality, and asexuality. Sexual behavior involves the actions a person takes about their sexuality, regardless of their orientation. Sexual identity is how a person identifies and perceives themselves in terms of both gender and sexual orientation, which can include terms like gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and more. It is important to recognize that sexual orientation, behavior, and identity are distinct but interconnected at the same time. Understanding and accepting these differences is crucial for promoting the well-being and rights of individuals, as well as fighting against discrimination and prejudice. Today's society is progressing towards greater inclusivity, but significant challenges are still to come for many LGBTQ+ individuals. Significant progress has been made throughout the world in legalizing same-sex marriage, reflecting a growing commitment to civil rights and equality. Countries like the Netherlands, Belgium, Spain, and many others have legalized same-sex marriage, granting LGBTQ+ couples the same legal benefits and social recognition as heterosexual couples. However, the journey towards full equality is still ongoing. By supporting and celebrating marriage equality, we can all move closer to a society where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. So, in a nutshell, it's just tastes. Nothing more to say about it. And, as somebody we all know would say, that's all. Toxic masculinity comes from cultural norms that encourage men to conform to aggressive, dominant, and insensitive behaviors. This concept promotes the idea that physical strength, suppression of emotions, and extreme assertiveness are desirable masculine traits. Such expectations can lead men to self-destructive and violent attitudes, negatively affecting both themselves and others around them. One of the most serious consequences of toxic masculinity is violence against women. Men, feeling obligated to maintain control and superiority, may resort to physical, emotional, and sexual violence to assert their authority. Combating toxic masculinity requires a cultural shift that promotes gender equality, emotional expression, and mutual respect most of all. Education, awareness, and positive role models are essential to prevent gender-based violence and build a healthier and more inclusive society. Basic emotions are universal and innate responses that all human beings experience. According to Paul Ekman's theory and Robert Plutchik's Wheel of Emotions, basic emotions include joy, associated with feelings of pleasure and well-being, sadness, a response to loss or disappointment, disgust, a reaction to unpleasant or harmful stimuli, anger, a response to injustices or frustrations, normally shown with furrowed brows most of the times, fear, a reaction to perceived danger or threats, and surprise, when we react to unexpected events. Modern inclusive language is fundamental in our constantly evolving society. It aims to recognize and respect the diversity of identities and avoid bias. The deliberate use of words and phrases that don't discriminate against any gender, race, or group is essential to ensure that every individual feels valued and represented. Main example being the schwa sound, symbolized by an upside-down E, which represents a neutral vowel that exists in various languages. In English, it offers a non-gendered alternative for pronouns, such as using they or them instead of gender-specific terms like he or she. As per the asterisk, it is commonly used to denote inclusiveness of diverse gender identities beyond the binary framework. These linguistic adaptations recognize and validate individuals whose gender identity falls outside the conventional male-female categorization.